Hi everyone, so let's continue with the 8-dimension feng shui. And in this class, I'm going to introduce the concept life trigram. So what is life trigram? So it is a trigram that is associated with each person. So each person has a life trigram. Well, similar with the house. Like each house has a house trigram. So each person has a life trigram. So first I'm going to teach how to calculate life trigram. Then I will tell you how to use life trigram, and at the end I will introduce the concept West 4 group and East 4 group. So how to calculate life trigram. So I will give you a few examples. It will be easier to understand it by examples. So the life trigram is calculated by the birth year of a person. Okay, only the birth year of a person, and it's different for male and female. Let's say, for example, if let's say a male is born in 1982. Okay, it's a male, 1982. How to do that? The way to calculate is you add up all the digits of the birth year, which is 20, and you add up the output. Add up the digits of the output. 2 plus 0, 2. Okay. Then for male, what it does is you use 11 to subtract the output 2 by 11. Use another color. 11. Okay. Minus 2 equals 9. Right, that's the result. Remember that each trigram is associated with a number. So 9, which trigram is associated with 9? It's Li. Okay, you can look up your notes. So Li. So Li, 9, Li, is the life trigram of a boy born in 1982. How about female? Let's see, a female, 1982. Same way at the beginning. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 2 go to 20. Add up all the digits until it's a single digit. 2 plus 0, okay, 2. Then for female, the difference is you add up 4 to the output here, plus 2, which is 6. Okay, this is the result. So 6, which trigram is associated with 6? It's Qian. Okay, so for female born in 1982, the life trigram would be Qian. 6, Qian. Okay. One more example. I will erase this. One more example. Let me write down all the, just for easier for you to memorize. I will write down all the trigram here. So can Chen and the number is 1, 5 facing the middle, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4. Okay, another example. Let's say a guy born in 1968. Okay, 68. Add up to 5. Yes. Let's say a male born in 1968. How to calculate the life trigram? This way. 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8. This gives you 10, 24. add 2 and 4. After output, give you 6. Then use 11. Subtract 6 from 11, give you 5. Don't ask me where the 11 is from. There's a reason behind it, but not to teach you this right now. 5. Okay, now 5. There's no trigram associated with 5. Okay, so another rule about the life trigram is for a male, if you get 5, we'll use 2 instead. So that's for a male. And if it's a female, if the result is 5, we use 8. That's for female. Here. Female. Okay. So the 5, I use 2 instead of 5 to substitute 5. Then for male, for the male born in 1968, Kun, this is Kun, is his life trigram. For female, 1968, 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 is 24. 2 plus 4 would get 6. Then we use 4, you add up 4 to the result. It's 10. Well, you got a double digit. So what you do is you add the result. Add 1 plus 0 to get the final result. 1 plus 0, 1. Okay. 1 is... sorry, this is wrong. Okay, you get 1, then the life trigram is can. It's can. 1 that goes to can. Okay, that's the life trigram for a female born in 1968. One more example. We'll give you one more example. 5. How about 10, 5? Female, a person born in 1954. (1954) 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4, that give you 19. 1 plus 9, that give you 10. 1 plus 0, more clear. Add up until you get a single digit. It's 1. Then you use 11. Subtract 1, get 10. Single digit. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So for male born in 1954, the life trigram is can. Okay, our female, 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4, the same here. 1 plus 9 is 10, single digit is 1. Then you add 4 to the result. 1 here, you get 5. Okay. As I just mentioned, if you got 5 for female, it will use 8 instead of 5. You use 8 substitute for 5. So 8 is gen. So for female born in 1954, the life trigram is gen. That is how to calculate life trigram. So what's the use of this life trigram? I just used 3 examples to illustrate how to calculate it. Now we go to the topic about how to use it. Let's use it. It's actually used to determine the auspicious orientation of a person. Now, for example, it will determine which way to face when you study or work in your office or meditate or yeah. So it determines. So let me give you examples to illustrate this. Illustrate the use of the life trigram. Let's say a male born in 1982. The life trigram. This guy. Life trigram is Li. Okay. So if you still remember the line change rule we talked about in the previous classes, so for the trigram Li, there are the trigram say if I change the middle line and the bottom line from the middle line and bottom line, I got another trigram which is Xun. Don't write Chinese. Xun, which is southeast. Okay, this is you change the bottom line and the middle line. So that is Tianyi. So Xun. So this direction, southeast, is the Tianyi direction with respect to the trigram Li. So that means, let's say if you study or if you work, it would be great for you to be facing southeast if you were born in 1982. Okay, if you're a 1982 boy, but this is the Tianyi. This is the Tianyi direction. In feng shui we call that Tianyi direction of a guy who was born in 1982. There's another, the Shengqi, or about another auspicious direction, Shengqi. Remember how you get Shengqi? You change the top line of the trigram and change the top line from single line to a divided line. Okay, so that is Zhen. Zhen is the east. Right, that's the east. Okay, so facing east is another great choice for this person. Okay. Similar with other directions. But for the life trigram, the most important thing you need to do is to avoid 5 ghost direction, which is a Wu Gui direction. Okay, this is Wu Gui, 5 ghost. This direction would be the direction you really need to avoid. How to get that? Like, remember, Wu Gui is you change the top line and the middle line. Okay, you change the top line. Middle line, bottom line the same. So that is west. Good. Okay. The direction you really need to avoid is Wu Gui direction, which is which is west. So if you study, if you work, try to avoid facing west. Don't tilt. So tilt your desk such that you are facing east or southeast, or there's another 2 auspicious directions. One is the Yan'an. Change all 3 lines, which is Kan north. This is Fu Wei. That would be the same. south. So for this person born in 1982, a guy, if you are facing southeast, north, east, or south, this would be great. Okay. For the other 4 direction, not so good. But actually, based on my experience, the only direction you need to avoid is the 5 ghost direction. Okay. As long as you are not facing the 5 ghost direction, you would be fine. Most likely you would be fine. But if you are facing your 5 ghost direction, try to tilt your desk. Okay. Okay. I just give one example. One more example so that you know how to do this. Let's say, how about a female born, this one, female born in 1954. So that would be life trigram again. Okay. So the auspicious directions. Tian yi. That's auspicious directions. Let's say Tian yi. You change the middle line and the bottom line. So this is all right. Yes. This would be northwest. Okay, facing northwest. Good. And sheng qi, SQ, sheng qi, would be changing the upper line, the top line. Southwest. Okay. And the yan nian, change all the line. West, this is west. And fu wei itself. Then northeast. Okay, for a guy, for a female, not guy, for female born in 1954, facing northwest, southwest, west, or northeast would be good choices. So what are the inauspicious directions? It's the other 4 directions. I'm not going to write that one by one, but what you really need to avoid is this wu-gui direction, which is you change the top line and the middle line. Can, which is north. Is that right? Can. Okay, yeah. So for the female born in 1954, you would really need to avoid facing north when you study your work. Tilt your desk such that you won't be facing north. Yes. Okay. So one thing I have to emphasize here is don't. So I know some people would sorry, this is can. I know some people would use the life trigram to describe the character of a person, to describe the personality of the person. Well, don't do that. So what they would do is they would say, okay, let's say a female born in 1968. They would say, yeah, this guy, the life trigram is can. Okay, this is can. Can belongs to water element. Water element. Okay. Okay. So this guy is a water. So water usually represent the wisdom. Okay. So this guy must be a very wise person. and also might be smart and would be easily adapted to the new environment. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So don't do that, because the life trigram is only dependent on the birth year of a person. Okay. How many people are born in 1 year? Countless. Okay. Will they have the same character? Maybe, probably not. Okay. So if you want to use the astrology to describe or forecast the character or personality, you better have the information of both the birth year, the month, the date, and birth time, right? So the life trigram it's only from the birth year. So you cannot just forecast a person's character from his birth year. The information this is not enough. Okay, even if you say you have the birth date and time. So personally, I don't quite what should I say? I generally don't use the astrology to forecast the personality or character thing, because you know, will the kid born at the same time next to you in the same hospital have the same character with you? Probably not. Usually the character, the personality stuff, the personality or character of a person is mainly dependent on the genes, right? The genetic makeups. It's the genetic makeups that primarily determines the person's personality and character, and probably also the environment after he or she was born, like the persons he or she met in his life, like his teacher or his friends, or they anyway. It's only using astrology to forecast the personality or character is definitely not enough. Don't do that. So if you really want to use the metaphysics way to forecast the character or personality, use the physiognomy, the face reading stuff. Okay, that is a better way. So in general, the astrology is used to forecast the fortune, the luck, not the personality. Okay, so let's go to the last topic. Especially don't use just the birth year to describe the character and personality. Okay, last topic: West 4 group, East 4 group. So this is also a grouping method. It basically categorized 8 trigrams into 2 groups. One is called West 4 group G. The other is East 4G. So the trigram in West 4G is 乾兑艮坤。And the trigrams in East 4 group is can, li, wrong again. Li, zhen, xun. Oh, by the way, I made a mistake in the previous video by saying that the what's that? 火海. No, stop. I just recall this. Sorry. Huohai is earth element. Okay, this is wrong. Huohai is not earth element. Okay, Huohai is wood. Let's do wood. Let's do wood element. Just a quick note. Okay. This. Okay. Back here. Okay. The yeah. So what's the use of these two groups? I will let you know soon that the use is actually wrong. So the theory behind it is a person with a life trigram in West 4 group cannot live in a house with the house trigram in East group. Similarly, a person with a life trigram in East 4 group, cannot live in a house with the house trigram in West 4 group. For example, let's say a person, let's say this guy, okay, the male born in 1982, the life trigram is Li is here, okay. Then the idea is this guy, the male born in 1982, this guy with the life trigram Li, cannot live in a house of which the house trigram is Chen or Dui or Gen or Kun. Okay, he can only, it's auspicious only for him to live in a house with house trigram Can or Li or Zhen or Shui. And why is that? Okay, it's because let's say why is that, and then I will tell you why this is wrong. Okay, the theory is that's because, okay, if let me here. Okay. You see, if the guy in the life trigram is Li, then the what's the Tianyi direction of the guy? Tianyi direction would be change the middle and bottom line, right? That would be this string is the Tianyi triangle. Tianyi direction. Okay. And Kan Zhen would be his only change the top. This is Sheng Qi, auspicious star again. Sheng Qi direction, right? That's the life trigram, the way to change rule of line changing. Kan would be his Yan Nian. And Li, this is 4 way. Okay, 4 auspicious direction is here. Obviously, the other 4 would be the inauspicious direction, right? So the idea is, let's say, if this is a house, north, sitting west, facing east. So the house trigram would be Dui. That's the house trigram. Okay, so this sector is full way of the house. It's auspicious location of the house. However, this auspicious location of the house seems to be the 5 ghost direction of the guy, right? Dui, you see Dui, top line change, middle line change. Okay, this is the 5 ghost direction of the person. So that's why they say, the theory says, a East 4 group person cannot live in the West 4 group house. Is because, you know, you have this an auspicious direction. Every auspicious location of the house will be inauspicious location for the person. But however, there's a serious mistake in this theory. I think if you read feng shui scripts, you will see this theory almost everywhere. But there's a mistake involved here. Is remember that life trigram only depends on birth year of the person. Then based on the life trigram, we determine the direction of facing the orientation of the person. Okay, if let's say it's not the orientation of the person according to the theory I just mentioned, it's arbitrary direction. So according to the old theory, it says, well, for a life trigram Li person, you cannot stay in west. That's the old theory. Because west is the 5 goals direction. This is west. But it doesn't mention the reference point. Okay. This is only calculated from birth year. There's no reference point involved in the calculation. It doesn't say, okay, you cannot stay, you cannot stay in the west direction with respect to certain point. Okay, it doesn't say this. So the theory automatically used the center of the house as the reference point. Okay, so if the theory is right, in principle, I can take whatever area of the house. I take this area out. Okay, and I would say the Li person cannot stay here. Why? Well, it is the west of this point. The calculation of life trigram doesn't specify any reference point. Okay, and the life trigram only depends on the birth year. Okay, I can use any reference point. If the theory was right, I can stay here. I can say, okay, the person cannot stay here. Or I can even say the person cannot stay here. Why is that? Because here might be it's the west direction of the point here. Maybe this is a huge building. It's a huge building. This is the center of the building. Then I would say, well, this location is the west of the center of the building. The Li person cannot stay here. Then essentially the Li person cannot stay in any place, in any house, if the theory is right. Okay, so this is because the theory misuses the property of the life trigram. The life trigram is used to calculate the facing direction of a person, the orientation of a person, not an arbitrary direction. Okay, I think this is almost everything I need to say about today. So next class we will discuss setting the direction, setting the orientation of the house, the apartment, or the building stuff. That would be a very important topic. So I will use one single class to discuss about it. Okay, that's all. Thank you, everyone.